Hi students, welcome to my another lecture session. Today we'll be covering manpower planning. This is another topic that is there in your syllabus. So before going into detail, let us first see that what are the learning objectives of this today's session. First we'll try to understand the meaning of manpower, why is it needed in organization. Then we'll try to understand what are the objectives of manpower planning. And at last, we'll be talking about levels of manpower planning. I hope that you have watched my previous videos. So let us start. First, what is the meaning of manpower planning? See, in an organization, manpower is one of the most important resources. You cannot run organization without manpower. So that is why manpower is one of the most important resources. And manpower planning is to maintain the balance between the manpower which is there in an organization and the manpower required to meet our future objectives, to meet our objectives in future. That means the planning is done to bridge the gap between what we have, how many manpowers we have in an organization currently, and what is the required amount of manpower that is needed to meet the organizational objectives. Now, the most important thing is that this manpower planning, this is regarded as older concept. Now, the same term, now it is used as human resource planning. So we'll be using human resource planning. We'll be using this word human resource planning onwards. Okay, why I'm telling so? For manpower planning, yes, we consider the skills required, the skilled manpower which is required. But in case of human resource planning, apart from skill, we'll have to focus on talent management. That means how to recruit that skilled manpower, how to retain that skilled manpower, how to nurture the skilled manpower in an organization, so that organization grows day by day. Okay, so though manpower planning and human resource planning are used interchangeably, but from now onwards we'll be using human resource planning because this word is the most relevant word. Understood? So human resource planning, actually for human resource planning, as I told right now, that bridging the gap which we have currently and which is needed in future to meet the organizational objective. That means the right number of people, that right kind of people, right number of people at right place and right time, so that they can work efficiently and effectively to meet the organizational objectives. And here you can see the this human resource planning. We can use manpower planning, employment planning, labor planning, personnel planning. So these terms are used for human resource planning or manpower planning, whatever you can say. But human resource planning is the most popular term nowadays. It has become a buzzword in organizational context. Now, objectives of human resource planning or manpower planning. What are the objectives? See, though we have huge amount of job seekers in job market, but what happens in reality? There is a certainly in India there is a deficiency of skilled workforce. You can see, you'll observe that lot of job seekers are there. They have qualification, they have degree, but they do not have skill. So that is why we cannot hire depending on the qualification of the job seeker. Organizations should not hire about depending on the uh, without overlooking its skill, right? So that is why planning well in advance is required. Who will do the job? The manpower, the laborers, the workers, the employees, they will do the job. You cannot run organization alone, right? So You'll have to ensure the adequate supply of manpower. But if you do not plan it earlier, well in advance, then what will happen? Your process may you may difficulty to run your process, day-to-day process, organizational in organization. Now, suppose you're hiring a few candidates, you have hired employees, but if you are not using them appropriately, then what will happen? You'll be in loss. So you'll have to use this resource. That means use this human resource appropriately. So for the sake of organizational benefits. Okay. You'll have to assess the supply, surplus, and shortage of the human resource. Surplus and shortage of human resource, that means you're running the organization. There is certainly number of workforce you have in your organization, those who are working. But you will have to assess, we will have to analyze well in advance that is there any requirement, more requirement of human resources? Or as per my process, as per my organizational process, as per the manufacturing process, maybe we are suffering, there is surplus of manpower. Means there is more manpower is there which is needed. Okay, so you'll have to assess the surplus and shortage of manpower. And next is that anticipate impact of technology. Anticipate impact of technology means the world is changing day by day. New technologies are coming each and every day. So it may so happen that the workers which is there, who are there in your organization, who are working in your organization, they may not know how to operate a new machinery, whichever you are trying to implement in your organization. Whatever your new kind of manufacturing process you are trying to implement in your organization, they may not know, they may not have knowledge about this. So if you do this human resource planning well in advance, so you'll have to analyze that the manpower which is there in your organization, the employees who are there in your organization, they know the process or not. If they are not knowing, it may so happen you'll have to hire new employee. It may so happen that you'll have to train your existing employee. So that is why it is important. That is the objective of human resource planning. Okay. So these are the main objectives of human resource planning. Now see, let us focus on what are the levels of human resource planning. Human resource planning, there are different levels of human resource planning. First is that national level. National level human resource planning, we all know almost, because at national level, basically central government, they formulate various strategy to handle the manpower, to handle the citizens. Like they come up with various plans, various policies about education, about healthcare services. A lot of plans are implemented. So that is called national level human resource planning. Then sectoral level of human resource planning, that human resource planning for different sector. That means for agricultural sector, for industrial sector, for service sector. Why different kind of human resource planning is needed for different sector? Because you know that for agricultural sector, for industrial sector, and for service sector, the characteristics of each and every sectors are different. So the way we will plan for agricultural sector, the same human resource planning may not work for industrial sector. The same kind of human resource planning may not work for service sector. So different kind of plan you'll have to formulate. So that is called sectoral level human resource planning. So national level you understood. Now sectoral level it is done. Now I'm coming to industrial level human resource planning. Industrial level human resource planning means under a particular sector, there are various types of industries. Like if I talk about this manufacturing sector, jute industry is there, iron industry is there. So a lot of industries are there. In case of agricultural sector, in case of agricultural sector, there is also different kind of industries. Tea industries there, coffee industries there. Okay, in case of service sector also different kind of different industries are there. Transport services is there. Okay, educational services, healthcare services. So for different industries, the characteristics of different industries are different. So obviously you'll have to formulate, government needs to formulate different kind of human resource planning for different kind of sectors as well as industrial levels, different kind of industry. Okay, now I'm coming to unit level. Unit level human resource planning means company level. For different company, they may they formulate different kind of human resource planning. That is called unit level human resource planning. And in case of departmental level human resource planning means in a particular company, in a particular organization, various departments are there. Like marketing department is there, human resource department is there, finance department, production department is there, quality control department is there. Okay, IT department, information technology department is there. So for different department, different type of planning is needed, because the characteristics of each different varies. The characteristics varies from one department to another department. So you have to formulate different kind of strategy, different kind of planning for proper utilization of human resources, so that you can meet organizational objective effectively and efficiently. So these are the levels of human resource management. So for today, we're done with this lecture session. So in my upcoming video, we'll be discussing about different kind of human resource planning. What are the process of human resource planning? Okay. So thank you all of you.